A folded nose slips from my jeans. Damp sleeves trace the chalkboard's edge. Empty desks hold our echoing laughs. Room's quiet but your heart beats close. You said tonight was just for fun, but here we are, two restless sparks. When the bell fell silent, you caught my hand, driving roads where the world feels paused. Rain taps on vinyl seats like a secret beat. Your voice low, mixing cool with heat. I don't need promises I can't keep, you said, but maybe there's something worth a chance. Hands reach past hesitation's wall. Eyes speak truths we left unsaid all day. In this rush of summer air and tentative smiles, I'm holding more than just your jacket tie. We spin through streets that know our names, laughing moments stolen from time's grip. This night is ours, a carousel ride, or maybe end it. Beneath the hum of buzzing streetlights, pulse, cold drips from my sleeves as your fingers find mine. A quiet confession under the heavy hush. Every brush of skin rewrites our stories, page building castles where doubts used to stand. I'm not looking for rescue, I trace with a grin, just someone who sees me beyond the lines. You nod in silence, but your smile tells me everything. We're more than whispers left forgotten in halls. Tall shadows lean close, the city breathes soft around us. The night weaving golden threads in its own language. Our laughter spills onto pavement like one raindrop. Here's to who we are when no one else is watching. No scripted endings or bookish advice needed now. Just an open road lit by raw hope and wild dreams. So take my hand and hold it like you'll never let go. Like summer nights stretch endless when you're brave enough to stay. Yeah. Phone buzzes sharp beneath my palm at the wet crosswalk. 2 minutes till the last train pulls away without me. Rain tracing rivers down your jacket where we stand close. Every heartbeat sing to the static in your voice. Too soft to ignore, you say forget the past. It's just a shadow fading slow, but my mind fights ghosts who whisper promises I couldn't keep. I'm torn between the comfort and the thrill of something real. Can this spark survive when memories try to steal? Under city rain that blurs the lines on every street, you pull me to that reckless detour by the river's edge. Cold stone steps pinch our skin, but warm our wild ideas. A reckless blueprint for a life no one else believes in. I watch your smile dissolve into laughter as water splashes feet. The future feels surreal, a midnight carnival spinning just for us. No calls from old flames and missed messages pulling time back. Only your name lighting up my screen like it owns this night. Wrist dripping with droplets from our locked hands. I dare myself, could I really step out of the loop and into something new? That pulse inside, part fear, part crave, shouts louder than history. I choose now over then because you're here and I want more than maybe. Drops patter a rhythm, matching heartbeats sinking in syncopation. Our whispered dreams cutting through noise like an anthem rising on high tide. Skincare routines become tiny vows, gentle hands erased out trace. Every touch a ceremony, stitched your hope on sleepless nights alone. dance until the dawn forgets to set limits, and our shadows stretch fearless long. Because even with storms threatening every clear path we dare to take, I'm all in, no hesitations left inside this surge of brand new longing. 5 minutes turn forever in the charged axis where you meet me halfway. My past has faded into whispering winds. Your hand pulled me through that haze. The tension breaks like waves crashing onto shores we'll carve into tomorrow. And every pulse shouts life anew beneath relentless rainfall. Steady vow we're rewriting endings under thunder quets, beginning with this breathless beat. Soundtrack layered deep with curate spilling out from hidden cracks of cold, from restless streets bathed only in movement and sound. You made me brave again, all risk embrace, because sometimes love arrives unexpected and won't let go. Fingers tap the rim on my coffee cup. City hums a rhythm beneath my breath. Far from your street where footsteps fade and rush, a buzz in my pocket, your name returns again. In this small cafe corner, I trace your words. Late night texts that fold between our laughs and fears. I'm caught between the crowds, wild flow and quiet space, wishing you were here to argue over nothing at all. You say you miss these talks that drift like summer rain. How we used to steal away from chaos just to breathe, but distance wraps around us tight as a witness grip. Scared if I reach too close, the thread might snap and fade. Do you feel the same when silence stretches long? Or do your thoughts wander past this fragile line? I crave the spark that made me fearless once before. That playful boldness when you dared me to believe in more. Remember how we danced through streets unknown to time, laughing till our shadows blurred into one beat. Now every call feels like walking on cracked glass, so thin, afraid of breaking something I don't yet understand. Yet here I am, ready to risk the fall tonight, to turn these whispered promises into something real. No scripts or rehearsed lines, just open hands and hope. Because holding back won't heal what's left unsaid. The corner table knows our secrets well by now. Coffee steam mingles with plans we barely speak aloud. Is it courage or madness pushing me towards your world? Either way, I'll meet you there, where fear dissolves to trust. Hey, I type the letters against the noise outside. I wanna try again, let's find our missing parts. Your pride, a flicker of light inside dark doubts, says maybe we're stronger than this miles-long stretch. So take my hand through pixelated skies and fractured nights. Let's spin our story on beats that break down walls apart. As dance floor holds no judgment for hearts unsteady bound. We'll rewrite friendship's rules until they rhyme with love. Together we rebuild where hesitation fell apart. Each step a promise, moving closer than before. But sometimes all it takes is daring to begin again. You never told me how it really felt. You said voice low beneath the hum of city streets. We traced the river walk where fastest once collided. Now falling out of sync with ease. The air was thick with brewing coffee from the corner shop we used to haunt at midnight. That bittersweet aroma curling round the memories we buried in polite goodbyes. I kept my silence like a secret, hiding behind every laughing glance I'd thrown your way. Held my truth in shadows while you painted smiles over cracks that grew too wide to sway. You asked if I'd been happy all along, or if I wore a mask stitched tight with doubt. It took me 3 long pauses before I could finally whisper back the words you've been waiting to hear out loud. Bleeding honesty between sips of bitter espresso. I spoke of nights spent counting stars alone, of dreams cast off in silent waves beneath that restless river sighing tone. I wasn't okay, I confess, more scared to break us than brave enough to stay. In that confession, something shifted, a fragile bridge formed from disarray. You reached for my hand but pulled away when the question hung too heavy in the cool evening haze. Why didn't we say it sooner, while the silence ruined all our yesterdays? Your eyes shimmered not with anger but something quieter, unspoken apology undone. And for a moment on that river walk past pain and present clash were both outrun. And after 40 hours later, music pulls the polished floors alive with restless feet. She found the playlist and flipped it over. One track changed everything. Suddenly the beat was sweet. The pulse went deeper than rhythm, spinning round a crowded room. It tapped into hearts concealed, a groove so raw it cracked illusions once held tight by wounds. Neither spoke nor healed. Her laughter sliced through strained attempts at casual smiles, sharp and clear as broken glass. When he offered her a praise half worn like old clothes, she tossed it aside with sass. No more cliches, she said, eyes alight with honest fire, the kind that makes you want to believe again. He stumbled into love's new language, spoken freely where real feelings reign. Back by that quiet river stretch where words began to breathe their truth. At last we stood apart but close enough to feel warmth rising slow, like embers rekindled without flame or fear of burning out tonight. I breathed in deep, the scent of coffee mingling soft across chilled air. Not bitter anymore, but healing sweet, telling stories only time can render complete. Who we were before broken promises drew lines between hearts, tangled up in what if stretched thin. And as your voice faded into echoes, carried down that winding path beside water's steady hum, I smiled, knowing this ending wasn't final. It was simply space made for new beginnings, written in all those songs we dare not share until now. Dark click shut, silence hanging thick. Water trills down your sleeve like a secret trick. We're packed inside this box of cold metal and glass. No words between us, just waiting for it to pass. You glance away, nervous smile on your lips. I'm tracing the rhythm of our skipped heartbeats in eclipse. We've danced around what's hidden under the skin. Friends who hold more than they let anyone in. Remember last July when the rain caught us off guard, sheltered from the storm, bodies pressed in that backyard. The sparks weren't just lightning crashing overhead, it was in every breath we stole before words were said. I hearts keep speeding fast, caught between comfort and the moment that'll last. Press close enough to hear secrets spill beneath your breath. Your hand brushes mine like destiny's soft theft. How did we end up tangled in this unspoken space? Two hearts afraid to leap but craving the chase. Maybe tonight is the night we rewrite the lines, transform hesitation into melody refined. Do you feel this spark lighting up a brand new scene? The city's hum fades as I step closer in between. Why didn't you tell me? The question breaks free. Your eyes catch fire, finally looking at me. Suddenly the walls dissolve to an endless beat. Rhythms pulsing louder beneath flashing streetlights. Heat. This lift ride turns into our favorite song's refrain. Every note confessing love without shame. I take your trembling hand, no longer just friends, but more. Dancing through life's elevator doors we explore. What took so long to find voice in all this noise? When silence breaks, we're wrapped up in each other's joy. So here's to moments trapped between pause and breath, to courage found where shadows once concealed depths. From water streaks leaves to promises made anew. Our story starts with one simple me and you. 5 minutes till the last beat drops. Crowds a wave of shouts and steps, based on thumping under flashing signs. The world spins out, but you're still here, caught in this maze of cheers and sweat. Your hand slips from mine like smoke. Your watch ticks faster than my heartbeat. Wise goodbye, gotta steal our joke. Cars song down the street outside, restless feet tap to fading tunes. The scent of rain mixes with your cologne on my jacket sleeves still tuned to every laugh we carve tonight. Beneath these pulsing festal lights, our shadows stretch in different time zones. When did perfect stop feeling right? You pull me closer over clamoring noise. Don't let the night end without truth. I breathe in memories stacked like vinyl, spinning stories past our youth. My voice cracks through crowded chaos. If I leave now, will you and look back? Why? You smile, girl, I'm yours beyond these fences. No later calls or social tracks. Street vendors pack their dreams away. Carousel melodies hit pause too soon. I catch your eyes, bold or maybe brave, confessing more than just the tunes. And there was fire, I say, between beats dropping like confessions in a bar. You're not just a memory, you're my soundtrack playing loud inside my heart. Minutes melt as whispers, thread tighter than these tangled festival wires. No second guessing on whose lips carry the words that set us both on fire. Our timing mismatched but souls aligned, a dance we only just begun to ride. I'll see you where the silence breaks. You promise over fading silence. Now I see you profile and stay. Not an echo track is scrolling rounds. This call to 2 AM was never random. It's the spark that rewired all my fears. So if tomorrow pulls us different ways and clock hands blur what we made true, remember love's not found by waiting out hours, but by daring what's overdue. Under distant city thunder parts, where voices rise then softly fall apart. I hold this moment tighter than my sweater clings to sweetness mixed with art. No need for screens or silent text to tell me what today has shown. Even when goodbyes press heavy on hearts racing past their closing time, we own every second stolen from faded card, forever out of rhyme. Heart in, riding, dancing, heartbeat thumping through this empty studio hallway. My heels click sharp against the polished floor, chasing echoes of us. The bass rattles deep beneath my feet, a relentless pulse I can't outrun, dragging me back to that night when we're stored space so wider than miles. I remember your jacket tossed on that crack bench by the door, the scent still tangled in the fibers. Louder than any apology you whispered. You said distance was just a shadow waiting to fade, but it grew like the city's made. Each step away from you filled with Every corridor holds a memory, dressed in yesterday's promises and late night vibes. Attention folding into quiet corners where our past replayed without sound. I told myself I'd rewrite this story where hurt doesn't linger like an endless echo. Transform those cracks into strength, proof of battles won even when love got lost. Walking faster now as the kick drum drops freedom beneath my skin. I shadow fears tucked in pockets heavy with doubt and faded. Maybe someday, no tears left for our apologies that flow between beats unsaid and too late to catch. Only the steady rhythm grounding me steady enough to finally say goodbye. I spin away from memories like records worn thin with overplayed scars. Flashing smiles breaking through shadows cast by every shared secret street and smile. What once felt like weight now lives with every synchronized step back away inside my chest. Strength stitched in syncopation, joy wrapped around resilience like a new melody born. So here I stand at last, center stage in the quiet aftermath of our stormy waltz. No need to reach back or hold on tighter where all that remains is distant hums. This baseline carries me forward, no looking over shoulder at vanished silhouette. Just bright tints weaving futures from lessons carved deep though time and trials past. Tonight celebrates a closing chapter marked not by pain but fearless grace. Remember how we ran these halls chasing dreams before they slipped through fingers. Now it's my solo dance, a radiant anthem, an echoing soft yet undeniable truth. Breaking free tastes sweeter when you learn to love yourself and not to let go whole. With every beat dropping heavy behind me without regret or shadow glance. I claim this moment fierce and dazzling, a victory song smooth as velvet skies. That distance stretched wide is finally bridged within my heart's new choreography. A whispered farewell, turning wounds into wings, lifting me higher than ever before. Wait, did you hear that? Whispers echo off these concrete walls, heartbeats drumming loud enough to drown the stairwell calls. I clutch my jacket tight, the city cold beneath my feet, a secret rhythm matching us, a twisted kind of heat. We met when silence filled the streets, halfway through a hurried day. You reached for me like distant waves, pulling me into sway. But now the distance hums between us like the space inside my shoes. Every step I take towards you feels tangled in the things we lose. Last week I found my old sketchbook buried under dust and doubt. Paint-stained fingers tracing lines I pushed too long without. Remember those nights when colors burst from nothingness but space? I thought I had forgotten how to chase them until you stem. Until you stem. Outfits spin inside my mind like records waiting just to play. Second guessing every choice as if you're watching on your way. Will you notice this bold shade or laugh at worn out jeans caught between what I was and who I want her to be seen? The cool air hits lungs sharp and clean as dawn prepares to break, running past familiar corners where our shadows used to shake. Each breath resets the cluttered thoughts lodged deep beneath my skin, reclaiming pieces lost when trying hard not to give in. I never check the time. You said when laughter sparked to 4 a.m. What if fools caught in moments that will never come again? We held on to midnight touch before reality could creep in that suspended heartbeat where our promises run deep. The tension coils around us like a dance we both forget to leave. Words on set balancing fragile hopes against our needs. Why does wanting more feel like pulling apart more, it floats through chilly open air. And for once all doubt dissolves, I'm ready now to dare. No promises perfect, or words flawlessly aligned, just two hearts racing onward, finally redefined. Clock ticks down, 5 minutes left to make a choice. Empty desks and chairs, your hoodie string in my hand's voice. A flick of my wrist knot tightens, then you turn and smile. Summer air wraps round us soft, but the miles stretch wide. You say last call for this ride, and not without a word. The hallway shadows hum with secrets barely heard. Fingers brush the fabric again, your heartbeat skips in time between these silent walls. We trade a rhythm made to rhyme. Who brought us here? Me chasing moments I can't waste. When hours fade like cake, goes all the songs I never chase. Why stay so long if time won't wait for our mistakes? But here we are, neither wise enough to hesitate. We step outside beneath an open canvas, dark and deep. The city hums beneath our feet as promises we keep. You reach out slow through the space that stretches wide between words, tiptoe on your lips and closer than you think. Worry so much when distance pulls like gravity's chain. How to trust a night that ends with silence and pain. Your hand finds mine if it's like fate disguised as chance. The kind of spark you only feel when caught inside a glance. This ride, our secret track that's here through doubts we hide. Laughter bounces off the pavement where fears collide. I confess I've been scared to let my walls come tumbling down. Tonight I'm brave enough to wear my heart without a crown. Who knew that fixing something small would break the ice? That softness in your eyes would redefine what's right. When words feel heavy like they're weighed in gold or lead, your whispered vow breaks through the darkest thoughts I've said. Let's not count miles or measure time by how far apart. I'll catch you when the world feels cold inside your heart. Our shadows stretch but do not falter on this fleeting ride. Two souls entwined beneath the real relentless summer tide. And though tomorrow calls with all its plans and space between, this moment life's a flash of boldness carved serene. No more waiting for permissions from the stars or fate. I choose now, defying love will never hesitate. So let the clock unwind beyond these empty silent halls. Your jacket close around me, comforts night falls. 5 minutes turn forever in the pulse of speed in hearts. A promise lit by courage darts where distance departs. A crumpled ticket falls between my fingers. Backseat hum wraps around us like a secret sound. Cold air bumps in the bare skin through the cracked door. Your voice breaks into the quiet. You sure you wanna do this now? We carved out a space where laughter never faltered. Late nights spun from jokes and stories under cozy covers. But somewhere in that comfort, sparks began to simmer. Not just friends anymore, yet afraid to risk the dance. I zip up your hoodie slow and it's mine out somehow. The scent of coffee and after hours clings soft to the thread. You glance sideways with doubt tangled inside your smile. Is this just late talk or something too real for us to hold hands? Switching on my lap while memories flood like rushes trains. That time you stopped me from falling face first in crowded rooms. When your touch was gentle armor against all my fears made loud. I see it plain as day We're more than actors playing roles tonight. This cab's too small for what I'm feeling. You almost whisper. Your breath clouds briefly on glass I don't wanna clean off yet. I don't wanna lose what's safe, you say with raw honesty. But maybe fire's worth risking when it feels this alive. Our eyes lock and wordless truths amid the city humming low. Tensions twist like smoke but soften at the edges of your stare. I dare a smile that speaks volumes without moving lips. What if we rewrite the story, you and me, beyond just friends? The engine drone syncs up with heartbeats, skipping on repeat. Tonight is no dress rehearsal, we're dancing on streets of maybe. Fingers brushed over knuckles, sending electric pulses wide awake. Trust tips the scale slowly until there's nothing left to hide. A hopeful breath escapes between us as resolution settle gently down. Choosing courage over caution in that narrow taxi nook. You clutch the ticket tighter, our future written in folds and creases. And I lean closer knowing some risk bloom best from tender roots on map. But your warmth guided me through unknown roads ahead. Every laugh and hesitation mark steps towards something new. Between cold air and whispered promises, a safe place reshape. We fold fear away like yesterday's news and step into bright truth. Your phone screen lights up. Missed call from me again, still no reply. Footsteps tap the pavement like a secret beat. Waiting at the corner where we used to meet. You're bundled in your jacket, cool as morning air. The city hums around us, but you barely stare. I trace the scars of silence in our usual space. The quiet between us, stretching time and place. Remember when this bench was just for talks and laughs? Now every pause feels like a puzzle that won't pass. I'm standing still while your world keeps spinning fast, trying to catch a moment that wasn't meant to last. Your eyes touch mine, there's something left unsaid. All the words I've kept tucked right behind my breath. Tonight is louder than any crowded street noise. A rush of what ifs, tangled up with old joys. I wanna break the freeze, risk what might ignite. Step closer, hoping that time it finally aligns tonight. Hey, you say with a smile that's small but brave, like you're testing waters instead of diving waves. What are we doing? Slips out soft and sincere. No guessing games now, let's make it clear. The spark flickers quick between our playful grins, rekindling what buried deep within my skin. We laugh over memories painted on this wall, our secret gallery before the nightfall calls. The city's pulse under fingertips and shoes, rhythm sinking like a dance made just for two. Friends turn something more, we're crossing new lines, breaking free from late goodbyes and silly signs. Still there's that shadow hanging over what could be. Our clocks don't match, your world's not fully free. But I'm here choosing hope instead of retreat, ready to breathe again in every heartbeat sweet. Tell me all your fears you kept inside locked rooms. I'll share my truth beneath these urban tunes. No need to rush this feeling, growing slow and sure. Sometimes love means waiting patiently for more. With one last glance I dare to lean and say, if this is chance then let's not throw it away. Your fingers brush mine, electric but restrained. I promise stitch softly through all we've gained. Tonight is ours without scripts or rehearsed lines, just two hearts learning how the rhythm combines. So here at this spot where laughter once we played, we start anew with every step that we have made. And the sound of footsteps echoing through the night, a whispered vow that maybe everything will be alright. You fold your arms and look away. I'm pulling softened denim through my fingers. Your favorite old jeans from that summer day. How long do we keep pretending this is okay? You ask with a half-smile, tension hanging thick between the hums. Machines drum out a rhythm, but inside here words stick heavy air where quiet should live. We started off with jokes, trading stories on your worn-out couch, laughing till we doubled over. Footprints on that hardwood floor still echo back our youth. But now the sheets of time are tangled up like a laundry. Hot and cold watches mixing colors we swore would stay apart. You want easy, I want maybe something more than just tonight or last call. Echoes, I twist a thread on your shirt's cuff. Soft cotton warm thin from years of careless days. Can we claim space without naming every feeling? I say low tracing patterns, only fingertips to understand. Your eyes flicker, caught between wanting to stay close and fearing the truth will spill hotter than these dryers can spin. The clock ticks past 2, all sound around us is tumble and whisper. Pressure's building, silent battles fought inside long glances as fabric slips through hands coated in nerves. You step closer, breath warms my neck. A gamble played out in inches and heartbeat skips. What if timing isn't our enemy? You murmur against the bars of machines, sucking heat from damn dreams left forgotten in pockets. We're dancing near confessions, risking everything hidden beneath layers of just friends and stolen smiles. This night belongs to nobody but us. The air thick with kind smells and promises unsaid. I lean in, hesitant, but knowing some risk right. Stories worth telling, even if dawn never shows up for us again. You don't have to wait, I confess. Voice so wrapped around a secret, ready to be free from shadows. Hold your hand, finds mine across, spinning the heat glows. We're no longer just two people sharing space, but architects we building trust with trembling foundations. I'll meet you halfway, comes your answer, soft as warm towels pulled fresh from heat. Outside rain taps, gentle rhythms on cracked sidewalks. Inside this laundry mecca, cool overnight becomes permission. Blur lines shun to blur lines drawn by fear or timing's cruel joke. We fold into each other like freshly pressed clothes, escaping wrinkles, fragile but real and undeniably ours. Against the ticking night clock, ceasefire. No promises made beyond what these moments call into. Skin and memory, just two friends learning how to rewrite endings. When silence finally breaks open around midnight's lullaby. On the dash, my heels drum the cracked asphalt. Speakers thump the low and bass bouncing under steel and glass. You're waiting by the passenger side, arms folded tight in your jacket. I'm running late again, but the smile tells me we ain't finished yet. We met beneath this flickering street lamp after the set. Crowd still buzzing, but we peel away from all that noise. Your phone silent, sliding out my name in unread letters. I thought you were mad, guess I read wrong between our spaces. The night's too loud around us, but here it's soft between your words. You missed the train, you sigh, why'd you keep your distance so long? My breath catches on a secret I wasn't ready to say. Didn't wanna hold you back or drown in flights and time zones far away. You twist the cap off cold water, let droplets trace down your palm. This isn't just waiting, it's wondering if I'll see you at all. I step closer, pulse sinking with that deep bass rolling underfoot. Every mile felt like a chapter of doubt I'm dying to rewrite. The parking lot hums heavy with cars and last call echoes fading. But this moment between us snaps sharper than any goodbye text. Help me figure out how Your voice cracks through the static night air, like a DJ spinning tracks only we can hear and understand. And I laugh softly and touch your cheek, warm despite the chill creeping in. There's no map for this kind of crazy taste or tangled time, I confess. You lean into the rhythm, pulsing through ground and skin alive. I'm yours tonight. I'll find every flight if it means holding what's real. 5 minutes stretch longer. The space fills all these empty spaces. We dance slow between headlights and shadows, leaning close enough. No plan's perfect enough to clear this tangled web of miles and meaning. Only quiet acceptance, settling deep where truth whispers soft. So here we are in the middle of nowhere, wrapped in something ours. Your hand fits mine, like it always has, across cities and silence and night. Baseline beating just beneath our feet. Long distance don't mean less when every heartbeat calls you home to me. Did you mean to look at her that way? The rooftop wind tugs loose my hair, heart thumping loud enough to drown the city noise below. You lean against the rail, your breath misting in the chill, while I wrap my arms tight around my cold tea. We're standing closer than usual, friends used to easy silences, now caught in something thicker. I watch your eyes flicker like sparks, leaning into the dark, and wonder if you feel it too. That little jolt beneath the calm, where comfort twists and pulls into something new. It's late October, air sharp, but not quite winter yet. The kind of night that feels like a dare. You joke about a movie you saw, but your voice slips tender somewhere between lines. Remember when we said nothing would ever change between us? You asked quietly, I laughed, nerves tiptoeing on skin. I suddenly forgets how to stay still, because tonight the usual rhythm breaks. Jealousy sneaks behind my ribs, a shadow creeping when I see your text pop up on your phone. Name glowing like a secret challenge. You don't hide it well, like a breeze catching leaf edges before they fall. So she makes you laugh like I do. The words slip out before I can catch them, half teasing, half testing. The air's fragile balance. Your smile falters then deepens as you step closer, cutting through all unspoken doubts with a steady warmth. I'm holding back more than just words. You confess, voice low enough only for me and the restless wind to hear. The rooftop shakes softly under our feet as laughter blends with quickened heartbeats. Playful arms finally weaving promises where hesitation lived before. I reach out not for your phone or your secrets, but for what's been waiting in quiet moments. Fearless hope tangled in longing smiles. Risk it, you whisper back, fingers grazing mine like an invitation written across cold skin. And suddenly everything shifts, a rush of bold colors without a single light bulb flicked on. Our story starting right here among scattered leaves and breathless confessions. We talk until the city hums softer beneath us, because two hearts found their pulse racing side by side instead of apart. Jealousy dissolves like fog meeting morning air, though no sunlight touches this night, replaced by something raw and true that neither expected. By dawn's quiet edge, we'll be more than friends who dare flirt with danger. We'll be proof of every stolen moment, spun into promise on a windy rooftop where love whispered loudest against all odds.